windows, original stained glass windows, or even those sliding doors with stained glass. And these are not newer, these are old, and they look literally like...
Olá pessoal, sejam bem-vindos a mais um vídeo desse canal. Nós somos cidadãos do terceiro mundo e nesse canal nós reagimos e aprendemos sobre o primeiro mundo. Nesse vídeo nós vamos reagir a 9 coisas que você encontra em uma casa holandesa, mas não em uma casa americana.
Então aproveite a oportunidade e considere se inscrever no nosso canal, clique no gostei, compartilhe esse vídeo e visite o nosso Instagram para fazer mais sugestões de conteúdos como esse. E agora, vamos para a reação.
Hi everyone, my name is Ava and I'm an American living in the Netherlands. And today I wanted to tell you about some things that you're really likely to see in a Dutch house, but you're pretty unlikely to find them in an American house. And I think, as always, this gives you an insight into Dutch culture and some of the quirks of Dutch people. Ava, did you say quirks? Yes, I did. Let me illustrate by starting with thing number 1 on the list. And that is, if you go to a Dutch person's house, and I don't know how to say this, but let's say you go to a white, stereotypical Dutch person's house, I find that sometimes, actually quite often, I see something that I think is unexpected as not only an American, but as someone who's also lived in India for a long time. I'm always surprised by the number of random Buddhas in their homes. It's just such a random thing. I don't even hear these Dutch people preaching Buddhism. I don't think they practice Buddhism. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I am just surprised to see these Buddhas everywhere. And don't get me wrong, I think it's beautiful and very nice, but also kind of random. So if you have a Buddha in your house and you are a Dutch person and you're not really that into Buddhism, I am curious about why you have a Buddha in your house. And you know what? If you were thinking, Ava, you're just judging people, that is not true. We also had a Buddha in our house because my wife is a white Dutch person who also just happens to adorn her house with Buddhas.
Isso é muito curioso. Aqui em nosso país, muitas pessoas têm um Buda também dentro de casa, mas aqui as pessoas entendem que ele é um símbolo de prosperidade. Então muitas pessoas têm em casa porque acreditam que aquela imagem pode trazer a energia da prosperidade na casa dela.
Eu realmente não tinha ideia sobre isso. É realmente uma coisa muito, muito curiosa, né?
Although for her Buddha was a present from someone, so she kept it. And of course, I liked it. Recently, when we moved, it kind of got lost somewhere. So I couldn't find it for this video. But we used to have one, and other Dutch people have them too. Now, the next thing you're very likely to see in a Dutch house, but you're pretty unlikely to find this in an American house, are steep or narrow stairs, or both. And let me tell you, you're probably thinking, Ava, older Dutch homes, of course they have narrow stairs because they had to, I don't know, be put in afterwards. Who knows what things were like back then? And I'm talking about houses that were built before the World Wars, but that's not that long ago. So when people say, oh, you know, these old houses and their steep, narrow stairs, it's like people back then also had feet and they also needed to go upstairs. So I don't understand why the stairs had to be steep and narrow. And then second, I find that even the newer homes, sometimes their stairs are not as comfortable and broad as I would expect because I have different standards coming from the US. In America, the stairs are a normal width, you know, both like this, and the depth is also present, so you can comfortably put your feet. And you know, Dutch people are tall. I'm sure taller people have big feet. I don't know if this is based in fact, but I just don't understand the difference there. And again, even in newer homes, you will still sometimes find that the stairs can be windy and they're still pretty like narrow. They're not quite wide enough for you to put your foot there. And I always have this trouble where I have just learned, honestly, even in my house, my stairs are considered normal, but I have just learned to walk on them sort of sideways. And I only notice that something is off with my stairs when people come to visit me from abroad. And then I see them struggling and I feel so bad because I wish I had normal stairs to offer them. But how do I tell them that my stairs are considered normal?
É interessante porque aqui no Brasil a gente tem essas escadas, mas eu não sei como é na Holanda, mas aqui no Brasil geralmente elas são feitas para poupar espaço em lugares que são menores, por uma questão assim, logística mesmo, né? Mas realmente interessante que lá eles também têm essas escadas, né? E muita gente realmente tem um pouco de preconceito e medo delas.
Sim, aqui dependendo do tipo do imóvel, a gente vai ter várias escadas diferentes que vão atender de acordo com a necessidade desses imóveis. Mas é interessante que ela tenha comentado aqui sobre escadas normais, mas o que seria uma escada normal? Né? Então, isso vai depender da perspectiva de cada um.
Next item on this list is actually pretty amazing, and they have to do with Dutch windows and sometimes even doors. So the windows and doors here, you often have a special kind of window and door. They're more modern, so it's not about older houses. And in those windows and doors, you can not only open them like, you know, what you would a regular window, but if you turn the knob all the way up, then you kind of open it a little bit, you crack it open so that the air can come in without completely opening the window. I absolutely love it because on some days where there's a lot of wind, this is really useful because you could just turn the knob all the way up and open your window, crack it up a little bit. Dutch people also really love to air out the house. They don't like it when it's too stuffy, so even in the winter they'll want to crack open a window a little bit for een beetje frisse lucht. So those windows are handy in those cases. Okay, and right away I have to mention something infamous about Dutch houses and Dutch people, and those are their curtains. Well, or rather the lack thereof. But also, one thing that I've noticed is that sometimes in Dutch homes, you do have curtains, but then there are these see-through types, which I've seen less in the US. In the US, I've actually often seen thick curtains or even just blinds. And here, of course, you have blinds too sometimes. But the ones that I typically see in the US with the little plastic lines through them, they are less common here. And what I see more commonly are these see-through curtains. So I thought that was interesting. So if Dutch people have curtains, they're still see-through often. So I don't know, some Dutch obsession about letting people peek into their lives, whereas I'm all about that privacy. Just kidding, I post stuff on the internet, so obviously my definition of privacy is a little warped. And now we're
Interessante isso, mas por que eles têm essa cortina transparente?
Isso é uma boa pergunta. A Holanda, parece que muitos lugares da Holanda têm um tempo muito imprevisível. Muitas imagens, às vezes, que a gente vê, muitas imagens o tempo está parcialmente nublado. Não sei se isso tem alguma relação, mas é uma coisa que a gente pode pensar.
Por um lado, pode ajudar bastante a entrar a luz, né?
entering a whole section about Dutch toilets and Dutch bathrooms. And when I say bathrooms, I mean toilets. And this is so funny. On my Instagram recently, I asked people what they thought the most Dutch thing was, and you will not believe the number of people that had toilet-related items to share. So one is obviously, again, infamous, this Dutch toilet shelf. And I have been lucky until my current place to be spared the Dutch toilet shelf. I only saw that when I went over to friends to visit. And now I have one of these Dutch toilet shelves myself. So lucky me. And if you are new to the concept of this Dutch toilet shelf, you're probably thinking, what is she talking about? And it is exactly what it sounds like. The toilet bowl here is not really a bowl, it is more of a shelf. So your business is right on top of that shelf. Yeah, that's all I will say about it. The other thing you will find in a Dutch toilet, and not the bathrooms where there's a shower and all that stuff, that's typically okay. But where you have a separate toilet, you're going to find in that powder room toilet, bathroom, you're going to find a little sink. Not a big sink, not a human normal size sink. You're going to find a little sink, and you're going to find usually just the one knob that doesn't really distinguish between hot and cold water. It's just going to be cold water. So that is another popular Dutch thing. And of course, the thing that so many people mentioned when I asked this question was, of course, the Dutch birthday calendar.
Eu acho interessante como ela fala, você vai encontrar somente água fria, né, para lavar a mão. É interessante a perspectiva dela, que ela acha muito diferente, né, acha somente isso para lavar a mão, enquanto assim, eu, por exemplo, tô aqui, mas tem outra forma de lavar a mão que não seja somente com uma água, porque aqui no Brasil a gente não tem esse costume de ficar trocando água, né, nem mesmo, até no banho, para ser sincera, é meio raro, depende da região também, mas pia, eu realmente nunca vi isso por aqui.
A maioria das pessoas que moram no nosso país não tem isso realmente.
We have one in our toilet as well. It has followed us through 3 different places here in the Netherlands already. Also, I've only lived here a couple of years and already I've moved so many times. So look at all the wealth of experiences I have to share with you on this topic. Okay, and now I'm going to talk about one thing that is definitely not common in all Dutch homes, but it is a characteristic of a stereotypical Dutch home, like an older Dutch home. And I have never seen this in a normal dwelling in the US where humble people just live. Maybe in like a church or something. And I'm talking about stained glass. So in a Dutch home, if you have an older home, it could just very well be possible that you have stained glass windows, original stained glass windows, or even those sliding doors with stained glass. And these are not newer, these are old, and they look literally like you've pulled them from a church. It is incredible. And you walk into someone's home and you just see these things and you think, oh my God, where am I? And I was really surprised by this because maybe in the US they are just more newer homes than here in the Netherlands, but I was completely blown away when I saw that this was a feature of, I would say, quite some Dutch homes, because yes, not for the newer homes, but for the older homes, this is a detail that keeps showing up. Okay, so now back to more normal things that you would see in a Dutch home. I want to actually take you outside the house and talk to you about something that I personally have not experienced in the US, and that is something that is called an achterom in Dutch, which is a around the back. That's why I had to translate it. I don't know if I'm exactly getting it right, but basically a lot of the times people in the Netherlands won't enter through the front, they'll enter through the back of the house. And it's useful because a lot of Dutch people bike, and so they're going to use this achterom, the back way entrance, like the entry from the back of their garden, from the street, and then they're going to park their bike in a shed there. So that I think is a very Dutch thing, and I know lots of people love having that in their house, because if you don't have this, then you have to kind of figure out another place to park your bike, maybe in the front lawn, or if you live in an apartment building, then you have to, of course, park it on the street. So if you live in a house and then you have this achterom, it's amazing. And the other thing that's related to bikes that you will see in the Netherlands, and this has to do in the home, because in their backyard, front lawn, wherever, near their house or apartment, you will probably find that if they have the space, Dutch people like to have more than one bike. I have never even thought about this. In America, if you're a cyclist or a bicyclist, then maybe you have like your mountain bike and that's what you do. Like, or you have your, I'm not very good at bike types. You have a bike and you ride it, right? For whatever purpose you have your bike. Whereas here in the Netherlands, there are multiple purposes for a bike because people are just always on their bikes. So in the Netherlands, it's actually pretty common that people have one crappy bike that they commute with. And then, you know, that can get stolen, because in the Netherlands, bicycle theft is like the most popular crime there is. Very strange, I know. There's like an abundance of bicycles. The bike market is totally saturated. But still, so then you have a crappy bike that you use for everyday purposes that can get stolen. But then for more recreational purposes, you might have another nicer bike that you take out on the weekends and do longer bike rides with. So I thought that was interesting.
Isso é interessante porque é muito parecido com o Brasil, só que aqui a gente adapta para a nossa realidade. No caso, tem pessoas que têm celulares velhos e usam em determinadas situações e guarda aquele celular bom para outras situações em que ela vai poder usar com segurança. Engraçado que na Holanda já é com bicicletas, né?
And that definitely explains why there are more bikes than people in the Netherlands. True fact. So those are some things I wanted to share with you today about what you might find in a Dutch home. If you think I've left anything out, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. And as usual, until next time.
Incrível, mas confesso que fiquei mais chocada sobre a questão das cortinas. E sim, essa questão também do roubo de bicicleta realmente é inusitado, porque tipo, é uma coisa que a gente não imagina, né, que tenha na Holanda. Mas realmente é muito interessante, mas incrível, assim, é uma cultura muito diferente, né? Eles se diferem muito da gente em muitos aspectos, e eu acho isso realmente uma coisa encantadora. Mas a questão do Buda também achei curioso, porque uma coisa que eu sempre ouvi falar é que as pessoas na Holanda não têm uma coisa muito ligada com religião, mas não necessariamente Buda está ligado à religião, pode estar ligado somente à espiritualidade. Então é interessante ver como eles ainda seguem algum conceito, né, nesse propósito, e eu realmente acho fascinante. É uma cultura que sempre tem mais coisa para se descobrir, né?
Sim, uma coisa que também chamou a minha atenção foi os vidros.
Sim, muito lindo.
Os vidros com aquele aspecto de vidro de igreja, eu acho muito interessante e também acho curioso. Mas eu não acho algo necessariamente estranho. Eu confesso que eu acho até bonito, porque eu acho que ele é inserido uma questão artística e estética também. Uma coisa diferente, mas é algo que vai a partir do gosto de cada um. Mas realmente é muito interessante perceber que, mais uma vez, a gente tem similaridade com os holandeses. Eu acho isso incrível. E tudo que ela mencionou aqui em relação à Holanda apenas faz com que a gente perceba a beleza que é a Holanda, porque o que torna a Holanda ser o que é a Holanda são os holandeses. E isso é realmente fascinante. Mas essa é a reação desse vídeo. Portanto, aproveite a oportunidade e considere se inscrever em nosso canal, clique no gostei, compartilhe esse vídeo e visite nosso Instagram para fazer mais sugestões de conteúdos como esse.
Muito obrigada por assistir esse vídeo. Nos vemos na próxima reação.
Tchau!